Welcome to our next Leading in Crisis webinar, where we actually talk to several different experts in the industry, speakers, on how they are using some of their techniques to help us go through some of the things that we're trying to do for our businesses. Right? Today, really honored to have with me a good friend of mine, Ashley Ong. She's a ex-former Google marketing person and now goes around Malaysia to help businesses, help people to navigate their structure, their life, their business around marketing, digital marketing, and around areas like their website, the Google, and digital marketing in general. All right. So it's going to be a very, very value-packed session in the next 1 hour. So we'll wait a couple of minutes for more of you guys to join in, and then we'll get started. So if you know anyone who feel that will be able to take advantage of today, and today we'll be talking primarily on how do you convert a website to be a sales generating tool. Right, I hope that I've not hyped up Ashley's session a bit too much and say something that I'm wrong, but really a lot of us look at our websites just as a tool for our company to have a company logo and a company brand, right? But I think we all have to change our mindset to understand that our website itself should be a sales tool for us to generate leads. Right. So today we are going to be talking to Ashley, who will come and share with us about how do we do exactly what I just said. Right. So do join in. We'll be starting in a couple of minutes. Hello, Cindy. Thanks for joining in. So as you all know, there is a chat window at the side of our Facebook Live. If any one of you has any questions, I know you may not be able to interact with us directly. So interact with us through the chat window. If there's any questions that you may have, type it in the chat window, and I'll definitely do my best to interrupt Ashley along the way to ask her those questions to make sure that your questions are answered. All right? So do use the chat window. Okay. Now we're going to wait for probably about another 1 to 2 minutes for more people to join. This is not a session that we're going to repeat. So I hope that most of you guys have joined, will invest your next 1 hour to listen to Ashley, because she has a lot of experience in her belt, right? So do take advantage of this session to ask as much as you can, okay? Yes. So someone actually said, right? Okay. So that's someone from outside, right? A good website is not just a glamorous online brochure. Absolutely right. Yeah. All right. Great. So we are going to be starting in 1 more minute. We'll wait for a couple of more people to join in, and we'll get started very, very soon. So for those of you who just joined in, you may not have heard my last 3.5 minutes. So today we'll be talking to my good friend Ashley Ong, and she is a former Google Malaysia marketing, and she's now a Google certified trainer. And she's now helping businesses and helping companies, corporate companies out there to enhance their digital marketing experience. So we have the privilege today to talk to her, and she's going to be talking to us today on the basis of an anatomy of a highly converting website, right? So how do we turn our website into a sales tool? All right. So if everyone is ready to begin, let's begin. I'm going to bring Ashley on board now. Hi, Ashley.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Hey, thanks for joining us. Thanks for agreeing to this. I know I didn't even promise to buy you any lunch or dinner, so it's so amazing that you come on board, right? We've been friends for a little while, and I've learned quite a lot from you as well with regards to digital marketing, right? So so Ashley, just a couple of minutes to just get to know each other before we go into things you have to share.
Sure.
So why is your life? What has his life been in terms of digital marketing?
Okay, I think before that, let me just quickly check in. Is my hair and face all right? Look good?
Very pretty, very pretty.
Very pretty.
Right?
Okay, cool.
Everyone, right? Yeah, I also not only that she has tech skills, she's also very pretty. So yeah, thanks.
No, because this is actually my fourth times doing live videos. So I still not used to the camera in front of
Okay.
me, and also not used to, the environment like I'm talking to a laptop because I used to conduct classes that, face-to-face classes. So this is
Yeah.
something new to me, but I'm
Okay.
learning as well. Yeah. So that's why I need to check in, like, whether everyone see thing is all right. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
So quickly, just introduce myself a little bit. Like, thank you, Raymond, for inviting. First of all, I'm a digital marketing industry trainer and also a consultant, and I'm in the industry for about 8 years this year. So please don't guess my age. Yeah, because a lot of people, every time when I say, I'm in the industry for like about 8 years, then people will start
Yeah.
guessing my age.
Means you
But
started is when you were 12 lah.
okay, yeah, probably, yes. Yeah, I'm still young. All right. So right now I'm actually still a part-time trainer. I actually work with Google quite close to help them to conduct some of the classes online and also offline. Like last year alone, I actually trained up about like 2,000 over SMEs because we
Wow.
actually roll out this program like together with Google, to train SMEs on digital marketing topics, right? And I'm also running my own mini consultancy firm. All right, so I'm actually helping customers in different areas. I can be their consultant, external marketing consultant, or I can help clients to implement or execute their campaigns, right? And of course, in the training method as well. So I do
Awesome.
have like in-house trainings services. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Means in summary means you're good lah.
No,
Right.
no. I'm not. Yeah, still learning. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Ashley, what will you be sharing with us today?
Okay, cool. Today I will be talking about some of the tips, best practices on how can you start generating leads from your website. Because I think like what you shared earlier, a lot of people thought that website is just for brand message. It's just a page to showcase my about us, but actually it's not, right? You can actually do a lot of things with your website, and because you also realize that a lot of people actually very active on digital today. So it's time for you to convert these visitors into customers or into a lead at least, right? But not like, just driving in traffic. Because I think in the past when we do marketing online, we focus on helping people to, driving traffics. But traffics doesn't turn into sales, right? So we need to focus on this part today where we need to start optimizing your website. How do we turn these visitors into your customers?
Awesome,
Yeah.
man. Thanks so much for being so open with sharing. Right. I know you're a trainer by nature as well, so you can actually share with us a lot of tips, and we're all looking forward to it. So, Ashley, over to you.
Sure. All right, cool. Let me share my screen quickly, just putting up. All right, can you guys see my screen? I hope so.
I can.
All right. Okay, shall we start? Are you
Yep.
guys ready? Yeah. Okay, so like what I share in the next 60 minutes, I'm going to share some of the tips and also best practices on how can you generate or build a high converting website. All right. But before that, right, I wanted to share a little bit more about like online Malaysians behavior. A lot of people might think that oh is my customer really online already today? What do you guys think? I'm sure most of people are very connected to internet, especially this during this MCO, right? So mass media in Malaysia definitely has changed, right? I think a lot of people actually tune into digital and also to find more information online. So customers today or your consumers today actually live online, all right? So they are not only connecting, but they also live online. And we have like 26 million of active internet users in Malaysia, and average we spend about like 8 hours on internet per day. I'm sure some of you spend more than that, right? And what does it actually tells us, right? Digital definitely change or influence how consumer actually discover information. All right. And if you look into statistics like this, in 2017, 6 in 10 decisions are made, by shoppers were influenced by digital. So the buying journey today is slightly different already. All right. In the past, let's say, imagine when we saw a new products, right? The first thing probably we will do is to go, we will just visit the store and experience the product. But today, when you actually discover a new product, right? The first thing first, you are not driving to the store and experience, but you actually search, right? So everyone will actually actively, searching online, and all this digital information definitely influence, how they actually make decision today. All right, and I have this stats back then when I'm still in Google, right? We have the statistics and shows that, right, number of times an average user or consumer actually search on Google before they actually make decision. For example, at restaurants, even restaurant itself, right, people actually make like average 5 to 5.8 times searching on Google before they decide what to eat. Can you imagine that, right? And then CPG industry about 7 times, credit cards about 9 times, and automotive about like 18 times. So the higher the product price, of course, the number of search will become greater and greater. So this actually tells us a lot that consumers today rely heavily on the information online. So we actually, as a business owners, right, or the businesses, it's important that you need to start audit or optimize your current website. Is all this information in your website actually helps or support your consumer when they're making decision? Okay, and Malaysian actually turn to a lot of online sources when they are looking for local business. As I say, the first touch points today for consumer is no longer in the store. All right, it's actually on digital, which is search engine. So every time when, I'm sure you search a lot on Google, right? Every time when we are looking to buy something, we are looking to even eat something, right? We will go to Google search, right? And all this information helps to, make us have a better, the decision making. Okay. And what has actually changed in this 2 months, right, during this MCO? What exactly has changed? Do you guys think that the search volume will increase or decrease? Probably increase, right? All right. So top 5 content Malaysians are indulging in currently, especially working from home or staying home. You can see that a lot of people actually tune in video a lot, right? People are watching movies, people are watching TV series, or even like cooking show. Okay, I'll share with you more statistic on the cooking parts, right? All right, I'm sure a lot of people turn into a cook, during MCO. All right, and if you look into like video services, used by Malaysian, what are the top video channels? Because people today consume a lot of video content, all right, and the top channel is on YouTube, followed by Facebook, Watch, and Astro Go or Astro, and Netflix. Okay, so what about like trending keyword searches, right? In the past 2 months, in Malaysia itself, I'm not sure whether you guys are familiar with this keyword. It's called Dalgona coffee. Okay, so this particular keywords actually spiked, in the beginning of MCO, all right, and a lot of people start doing or shooting themselves making the coffee. Okay, and a lot of brands actually tap on this opportunity as well to, tap on right on the trend, yeah, to show their products as well. Yeah,
Are you also a Dalgona coffee maker?
I'm not, because I'm not a coffee lover.
Okay,
so,
okay.
But I do Dalgona Milo. So that's a new thing, right? And another keyword that actually spiked, during this MCO is the keyword recipe. Can you guys imagine recipe? Okay, and what kind of exact recipe that Malaysian are searching in the past, right? The first trending one is Dalgona, all right, and then you can see the Milo cake. Any one of you made all this like Milo cake and scrambled eggs recipe as well? Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. What about like the rest, like top 11? It's mochi. You can even see like Chi Chong Fun recipe or Kolomi, So these are some of the keywords, that are trending, during this MCO. And a lot of brands that sell that sell ingredients, they actually tap on this trend as well to showcase their product online. Yeah. So I'm not sure why, but a lot of people actually search for lo mai kai recipe. I think probably Malaysian crave for dim sum a lot, right? So that's why a lot of people search for all these keywords. Okay, but when we talk about keywords, right, it's just part of the whole overall landscapes, right? If you look into e-commerce itself, a lot of people say that during these 2 months, they learn how to buy things online or how they shop things online, right? And you can see that e-commerce categories, the rise, right, during this MCO. The first category is actually ladies' underwear. So the sales growth is actually 900%. So it doesn't. So this statistics basically just show that before MCO and after MCO, right? What's the difference? Doesn't mean that people are panic buying on underwear, all right? Just to be clear, yeah, it's not. It's not. It's just that the behavior change. In the past, people actually used to buy underwear and all this in store. But right now, because of MCO, a lot of people actually change to digital media. So this actually show us that the consumer behavior change again. All right. In the past, maybe they will just shop for like electronics product, and shop clothes and all this. But during this MCO, people start to shop products that they never shopped before online. Yeah. So this is a very significant behavior. Yeah.
This is a very eye-opening list.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Salt.
Yeah.
Number 7, salt.
God. Correct.
Number 13, libido enhancers. Okay, this is definitely an MCO thing.
Yeah. And then even people start to buy like toothpaste and all this online. So, behavior has definitely changed. So if you ask me, right, a lot of people think that it's in pandemic, right? But I personally feel that this is an opportunities for businesses because in the past we still think that it's not important to shift or move our business to digital. But if you ask me today, you don't have any choice, right? You have to because your consumer the behavior have changed and also they relied on digital information to help them to make a decision already. All right, so this is definitely opportunities for all the businesses, right, to tap on. And before online
Actually,
yes.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
Very quick question here on what you said. I'm not sure whether you're going to cover it later.
Yeah.
How does someone find those keywords?
What do you mean? How they find the keywords? Sorry.
Yeah. So you listed down all those categories and lists and keywords and all. How would someone like a business owner look for that?
Okay. So you can go. Yes, you can go to this free tool called Google Trends. You just type on Google Trends, Trends, and you can start to see the trending keywords.
Okay. Thanks.
Yes. All right. So leverage on free tools, I would say, right? I will share a little bit more later part in what kind of keywords that you can, use for your for your website. Okay. And before online definitely is very important today. Okay, more than ever. But question is that we know that digital space right now is very happening. Everybody are rushing into that. But I think before we making a decision to move the digital to move our business to digital, it's important to ask ourselves, right, what kind of assets that we already have. Should we rebuild our assets or should we just continue whatever that we have or just improve it from that? Okay, so my question to you right now, the first question to you is that do you have a strong digital asset? And what exactly is a digital asset? Digital assets basically including like website, your social media page, your email list online, and also the PDF or brochure or ebook that you actually publish on your website. Those are, we call them a digital assets. So I think you can start asking yourself today, how many assets that you have already? Okay, so I won't go into other assets, but I want to only focus on website today. Okay, is that all right? Okay, so yeah, website is still number one or the main digital assets for businesses. A lot of people starting to ignore their website. They start to build their Facebook page. They start to put up their products on on the marketplace on Facebook, or this or the information is like sharing on Instagram, but they actually forgot that digital the key assets that you should monitor and you should optimize is actually your website, because today brand trust is another elements for people to buy from you. So before they actually buy from you, no matter they buy from you from your Facebook marketplace or they buy from you for your e-commerce store, right, the first thing they want to know is that who are you? Okay, can I trust this brand, or can I trust this website, or can I trust this business? So that's why your website is actually serving that purpose. And a lot of people think that I already have my website. I don't see website can help me to turn into sales. Okay, but today I want to introduce to you there's actually two types of website. Okay, the first website is, we call them basic website. Okay, and another type we call them lead generation website. So basic website, basically you just put in whatever information about yourself and you're good, right? But lead generation website, usually you have elements that can convert a visitors into a lead, all right? Or you will have a specific action for your visitors to take, all right? So question to you today, right? Whether you want to own a basic website or a lead generation website. I purposely choose this image, because lead generation website with the money sign, right?
Got money
So,
lah, got money.
yeah, got money, right? So I'm sure if you still doubt whether you should build a lead generation website, I would say don't doubt anymore, because this is the time, all right, to start converting your visitors into customers. So I consulted one of the client before. They are in the property industry. Okay, in their website, right? Before I do some audit on your website, right, I realized that average they have like 20,000 visitors per month. All right, but zero leads and zero sales.
So that's a bit of a waste, lah, right?
Exactly. So you have 21,000 people keep on visiting your website, but you kind of like just, let these people drop off. Okay. Imagine a website basically is like your physical store, but it's like your, online lah, online store.
Yeah.
Imagine you drive traffic to the store already, right? But you don't want to convert these people, and you just leave these people to go out. Go out of your shop. It is very, very waste. Okay. So today, in the next, I think about 30 minutes or 40 minutes, I'm going to share with you how do you build a lead generation website. Okay. All right, let's start. Question before, as I say, every time before we start building a digital assets, we need to first ask ourselves, all right, who are our target audience? Because if you don't understand your buyer persona, you don't understand who are your exact target audience, you couldn't really build a lead generation website, because you don't know who you are talking to, okay, and what kind of content you should build for them. For who, all right? So it's important to ask, number one, who are your target audience, okay? Draw it out, map it out, your buyer personas, okay? And what kind of things that you can offer to your prospect, or what kind of value your visitors can take away from your website, okay? And do you provide, content that what user are looking? Okay, for example, if they are buying a toothpaste for you, right? And your toothpaste are actually charging like 50 ringgit, for example. Okay, do you have enough information to support this user to pay much higher price to buy your products? Okay, and also whether your user are able to browse your website easily and quickly. Today in the digital space, everything we are talking about, it's related to speed. Okay, because the expectation of the user is getting higher and higher. Okay, I always say this to my customers is that remember, every time when your user visit your website, right, any user visit your website, 1 minute before, right, they probably visited like 3 or 5 other websites similar as yours. Okay, so how do you differentiate yourself with others? So this is a very crucial thing. Okay, so ask yourself this. I would say that it's good to do a quick exercise with your team internally. All right, brainstorm together. Who are we target on digital? Okay, and what kind of content that related to this buyer personas, and what kind of value that you can provide. Not only value like your product details or your product product description. What are this? Okay, so I will share with you some examples later. All
Yeah,
right.
I guess if you try to target everyone, it's
Yeah.
that's not going to work, lah, right? Because your
Exactly.
website is going to be all over the place.
Correct.
Right? Like this one that you're showing, right? It's the target is to the parents, right? Not the baby,
Exactly.
right? Because the
Yes.
baby won't even look at the website.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
So once you know your personas well, all right, you know what kind of content to build. Not even that, you also know what kind of picture to use. All right, so it's important. Okay, so let me just quickly share with you the first tips of today, right? That how do you build a high converting website? Okay, the first number one rule is that you need to have a call to action in your website. Okay, what exactly is call to action? Basically, you need to design an action for your user to take. Okay, so because the problem is that your visitor do not know what they want to do or need to do from your website, so you need to basically you need to tell them upfront, like, hey, I want you to download this, or I want you to do this or do that. Okay, so if you don't have a call to action, basically user will just visit your website and just go off because you don't have anything for them to do. Okay, so at most they would just read and drop off. Okay, so the most important thing, the key rule number one is to have a call to action. Okay, some of the example of call to action on website is like, you can have free trial, the basic one that we always see online. People get you to download ebook or consultation service or your newsletter sign up. Okay, but along these years, right, what I discover is that if you have a CTA, it's actually not enough. Okay, so recently we actually introduced a new terms, okay, called descriptive CTA. Right? It's
Is it
no
because
longer
everyone's doing it? Everyone's doing
correct.
CPA, so it becomes like too normal already, right?
Correct, too normal. And why we need a descriptive CTA? For example, I give you a very common example is that a lot of people in their website, they have this button called contact us.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Very common. But contact us is very vague. Like, okay, I contact for a user, they might think that, okay, I contact you to do what? To download, or you mean to ask for a price list, or to do what? Or to speak to your customer support, or to do what? Okay, so if you need to have a descriptive CTA to tell the user exactly what they can expect. For example, if you sign up this form, all right, you can speak to our sales consultant. Okay, or if you're in the property industry, you don't just get people to sign up for interest. Okay, you can get people to sign up to schedule for private office tour. All right, if you want them to download a product brochure, make sure that you explain a little bit what is in the brochure. Is it a price list? Is it a product, I don't know, product category list? Okay, so descriptive CTA actually helps to have a better conversion because the user they are clear, all right, to know what exactly to expect after they sign up this form. All right, because in the past they have signed up a lot of forms already. So if a user keeps seeing on the same form asking them to inquire now, sign up, right, the most probably what will happen is that user will confuse. Oh, okay, so I inquire and then what's next, So try to have a descriptive CTA, all right? If you want people to contact you, right, just put contact us for what? For free consultation or free quotation, for example. All right, so descriptive CTA works very well if you are building a lead generation website. Okay, so tips number one. So show you some example. If you're looking at like Sunway College, I'm using like different example in different industry. So Sunway, they are very clear, right? In their whole website, they have a very clear CTA, even though it's not a descriptive CTA. All right, but it's very obvious. When I land into the first page, the first frame, all right, the first section of the website, I can clearly know that what you want me to do already. Okay.
Is there a specific place to put? Like it must always be
Yes.
on the right, it's always on the left,
Okay, not
or the
necessary,
bottom?
not
Okay.
necessary, but it needs to always have in the first section of your page.
Okay.
So you can't put like in the middle or below or the bottom page. All right. So it's always need to be on the top page, the first frame, the
The
first
first
section.
thing people see lah. The
Correct,
first
correct.
area lah. Okay, all right.
Correct. Okay. All right. And for example, and you will need to only focus on one call to action in each page, I would say. All right. You can't like, in the first section, you talk about like, sign up now for brochure. And then in the bottom, you have another call to action, like, schedule a call or schedule a call with our specialists. You can't do that. All right. So you need to have a focused call to action in each pages. So if your website have like a home page, you have product page, right? It could be a home page, it could be a central call to action. And in the product page, you can have like different call to action. Doesn't matter. As long as that one single page itself, you have one focus call to action. That is good enough. Okay. All right. So for example, like this one, Inti, this is actually their site 2 years ago. But I want to just, take the screenshot and just share with you guys that if you look into this page, right, it's actually their homepage, right? But they have like so many call to action. All right. They have like dollar brochure, request info, visit website, the key website, and then they have this what do you call it, the loan, So there's too many things. So by any chance, right, your user would just clicking on each, okay, and they won't complete the action because they got distracted along the way already. Okay, so you need to get them to focus on only doing one thing. If you want them to download a brochure, then just focus on download brochure. Or you want to focus on get them to call you, then just get them to call you. Yeah. Okay. All right. So example that page that don't have a call to action, and I think this is very common in Malaysia. A lot of businesses, their website, right? You can see that they don't have any call to action. So you can see like home, about us, products, and then learn more is their best call to action. So in this case, right, a user will just browse and they will just probably drop off because you don't have anything for them to do. All right. So design a call to action is important. If you want them to contact you, right, just make sure that you have the contact us button up front. All right. Even though a lot of people say that I already have the contact us page, would it be the same? It's actually different because user today, as I tell you, it's all about speed, and we are so pampered lah, basically, right? And we are getting lazier and lazier. So if you want a user to take like more than 3 clicks to find one information, basically they won't do that anymore. Okay, so the maximum clicks is 2 clicks today. All right.
Two
so
clicks.
So if they click learn more already, right, and then you lead them to other page, and other page still don't have the contact us details, they'll probably just drop off unless they are very, very desperate to know you. All right, then it's different. Okay, but especially why reason is that user are they don't tolerate more than 2 clicks. The number one key reason is majority of traffics today are from mobile. Okay. So if you realize, right, if you have analytics, please go to your Google Analytics and check the source. A lot of them are actually from mobile already. I think more than 65%. So mobile user behavior and the desktop user behavior are totally different because mobile user, they are looking for speed. They are looking for quick information. Right. So if you get them to take a lot of steps to fill out a form or take a lot of steps to find the information, you probably would just, make them not happy lah, basically.
That means the second page already has to be the form lah.
Exactly. Or ideally is that you have a long form page and the form is within that page. You don't even get them to go to the second page and sign up. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Okay, so tips number two. So tips number one is clear CTA. Tips number two is that you need to have a straightforward headlines. I think this one, a lot of people also think that, well, it's very easy to do, right? Straightforward headlines. I will share with you some example that a lot of websites don't really have a straightforward headlines. Okay, so why is that? Is because problem is that your visitor do not understand what you're offering. As I say, everything is about speed. So if today you get them to read a lot of pages and still don't understand what you're trying to sell, basically you will make them to drop off very fast. Okay, and the attention is also getting shorter and shorter. So people actually able to maximum they can tolerate your website to load, or to see one information is within first 3 seconds. So you need to basically capture them in the first 3 to 5
3
seconds.
seconds.
It's
Wow.
crazy
It's very
because
fast. 1, 2, 3.
exactly
Bye-bye.
because attention span today getting shorter, and this user has more and more options today.
Yeah.
I don't buy from you is okay. I can still buy from others, right? So that's why we need to grab the attention very, very quickly. Okay, so straightforward headline. For example, if you look into this website, it's actually an online trading academy. Okay, but you see in their first section, right? They actually, the headline is like sign up for a free class near you. So if you are a new visitors, right? If you are new users, right? When you see this, right, you probably will just drop off, right? I do understand what you are trying to sell here. What kind of free class, right? So put up a very straightforward headline, that get people to relate immediately and know what you are offering. Okay, and for example, this one CTOS. I'm not sure whether you guys are familiar with this brand. All right, they have a very amazing, easy to understand headline. Okay, don't apply for a loan without knowing your credit score. So immediately I know that, okay, I engage your service to know my credit score. Okay, all right. So like for example, this one, it's an interior company. A lot of people, they try to put out a headline that, I am an interior company. You don't have to, do that, right? You can, have a very good headline like this. We are here to help to make your home beautiful. Some very strong and I that things that can capture their attention very fast. Okay, another example that I want to share is this called Little Spoon. Little Spoon is actually from US. They are actually a baby food subscription service. So they actually deliver fresh baby food to you every day. All right, and if you look into their headline, it's pretty cool. Like first bites matter, right? So fresh baby food delivered. So if I'm new to your brand, immediately I know what you're doing already. Okay, so try to have more straightforward headline. And another example, this is actually from Singapore. They are doing like a beauty service. Okay, so a lot of people when they put out headline, right, they straight away talk about their products. They straight away sell their products. But actually, one of the tips, to have a straightforward headline, one of the framework is that you can actually think of users' problem. Okay, users' problem perspective, and then write your headline. Okay, for example, like this: don't let your cellulite problem dictate what you wear. I'm not sure whether Raymond, you understand cellulite problem, because guy usually
No,
don't have.
I don't have. I don't have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah. So for girls, we can immediately relate. Yeah. Oh yes, I have a cellulite problem. Yeah. Then this get me. This capture my eye. Like oh okay. Rather than a lot of people, they are very hard selling. So try not to do hard selling headline on your website. Try to feature your user problem first, and then only talk about your solution.
Yeah,
all right?
Totally resonate with this. It's something that we always share with our business owners, right? Always understand what is the outcome that you want your customers to get.
Yep.
Right? What is the result? It's not what you want. It's not what you want to sell. It's not what you want to do for them.
Yes.
It's what is the result that they will get at the end.
Exactly.
And when they can see the same result, then that is when they'll buy.
Correct.
So what you're saying is that figure out that result and put that result in the website as your first. Somebody said here, a Duncan Sen said here, is it the same as hook story offer? Is that hook, right? Is that how can you capture the attention? Yeah. So
Yes.
I totally resonate. Yeah.
Okay, so headline is very important, especially when it comes to designing your website. Okay, because as I mentioned, the first frame, the first section of your website is the G's lah, right? If you are able to capture them, then you are able to win. All right, but if not, then within 3 seconds you will just got disconnected from you lah. Okay. All right, tips number 3 is that use relevant and enough of visuals. Okay, visuals actually play a very important role in helping to increase conversion in your website. Okay, because as I mentioned, a lot of things, right, you can't use words to describe. Okay, you need to use image, to deliver the message out, or even video. All right, so it's important that you use enough visuals, not only text, because I say attention span today is getting shorter, so people don't read long articles. People love to see more images, or even that's why video content works very well today, right? Because you have the visual and you have the sound to influence people, right?
But wouldn't that make the website heavier and slower?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
You got a point. That's why tips number 3 is that enough of visuals, not excessive. Okay? Just nice. Okay. Maybe I share with you example. Okay. So for example, like this one, if you're selling home, for example, using images is important, right? Because your image can help you to deliver the message out, like how beautiful is your property. Okay. And also, just now back to your question, is that if you use too many images, definitely will slower your loading speed of your website. So that's why when you're running a website, right, try to have a balance. Not all full page are images. Okay, so maybe you can have first section with images, and then in the middle could be text, and then image again. So you need to design the flow basically. All right, but not like full image for all. Okay, and this is a very bad example. I'm sorry if you are from Jean Yip. Okay, yeah.
No,
so
this is good. Then they can see. Then they can change it.
So I actually got this screenshot also about a year ago. I saw their Facebook advertisement and they linked me to their website, right? And I actually dropped off within after I take this screenshot, right? I dropped off already. I don't even read because it's too many words there.
Too much, yeah.
Too much. Yeah, it's like even like testimonials is words, FAQ is words, and your treatments is all words, right? No one actually read lah. Unless you're B2B market, you're selling, heavy products. That I think is different, because you need words to convince people. But if you're B2C, right, images play a very, very important role. Okay.
Yeah.
So
especially in this because it's I'm assuming that Jean Yip deals with facial products or beauty products, right?
Yes.
So the outcome is nice face lah.
Yes.
Right. So if the outcome is nice face, then put a big picture of a nice face, right?
Exactly. And because you are a beauty salon, right? I think it's good to also feature your salon picture. Or if you have like treatments, your facilities, your technology, right? Use image to deliver the message out rather than you use words. You can't say that, we have a very beautiful salon, or we have good facilities, but people can't relate, with words lah. Okay, so try to use a relevant image to deliver the message out, I would say. Okay. So this is about images. All right. So tip number 4, all right, if you are running any lead generation website, you need to make sure your page loading speed or your website loading speed. All right. Because I said, especially mobile user, they actually expect your page to load less than 2 seconds. Okay. And if you get them to wait, the longer, you will drop them. Okay. So loading speed play a very important role. If your speed is slow, All right, you can't really convert visitors because they will feel frustrated. Like, hey, I just want to read this FAQ, but how come it's still loading, So it's important that you actually take care of this part. How you can do that is that there's a free tool here called testmysite.thinkwithgoogle.com. It's actually a free mobile speed tool that created by Google. All right, so you can just put in your website URL, and Google will tell you how well your website performed. All right. So you can basically download the full reports and you can just pass to your webmaster or your your tech IT guy, to fix the problem.
It is free.
It's free. And they will even tell you like, the back end part, like, whether your HTML language have to change or, as technical as that. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a very, very powerful tools that I think all businesses should leverage this part. Leverage this tool. Okay, so just take a picture of this, testmysite.thinkwithgoogle.com. All right, key number 5, okay, it's that you will need to give away useful materials because we are talking about lead generation, right? It's not a basic website. Basic website, you can just put up like, your basic information, because anyway you are not designing any action there, right? But lead generation website, you are designing an action for your user to take. Okay, so you will need to make sure that that there has a lead magnet, to make them to put down their name or their details because in exchange you want their details, right? So you need to give something away. Okay, so very, very common people are doing is that, for example, not necessary that you need to, put out what do you call it, the brochure and all this thing. Okay, you can actually like IKEA Malaysia. They are not. I mean, they are selling their furnitures, right? So how they do it is that in their website, if you look into one of the main page, right? Recently they put up this called 4 new ideas to improve your workplace at home. Okay, so they actually put out like, tips, how do you set up your home office. But when you scroll down the page, right, after you're reading, right, they're actually selling you their products. They actually link you to their, to their store. Yeah, so I think some of these tips or free content can actually definitely a hook, for a user to browse your product, rather than you keep on selling, hey, we have this chair, for you. Right, so you give value first, and then you convert the visitors into leads in the later stage. Okay.
This I find is also a what do you call it? It's a lead generation mechanism.
Correct.
So a friend of mine in Australia, what he did is his company, they wrote a book, right? And they just published the book on their website. They sold 200,000 copies in a couple of years. But that book didn't make them money.
Oh, okay.
But that book became a lead generation mechanism for their consulting, for advertising, to get clients.
Yes.
Because instead of always having to explain, right, the salespeople go in and says, okay, this is my company does this. Then they says, hey, Mr. Customer, tell you what, I'll give you a book.
Correct.
Then the customers start reading, wow, these guys are good, man. These guys are specialized. Okay, how can I engage him? Yeah, so I totally resonate. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So give away useful content to your target audience. All right. And another example that I want to share this is also they are also selling baby food online. All right. So you can subscribe to them also monthly. So they actually put out like content like that on their website. Okay, so they tell you like, a realistic guide to working from home with kids. Okay, so they give all the tips already, and the last tips is they are selling their products. You need to make healthy meals easy. Okay, so how do you make healthy meals easy? Subscribe to us. So in a way you're actually selling, but to a user, right, they actually feel that you are not selling because you are giving a lot of tips to me, you are giving a lot of value to me. So when when they get this already, and then when you start selling, they tend to be able to accept better, all right? Rather than, you straight away, hey, buy now, A lot of I think a lot of businesses in Malaysia still do that, still very hard selling way. But on digital space, you definitely cannot do that. It's the biggest mistake. All right, you should use more content to convince your users today. All right, so a lot of work lah, basically behind. Yeah, so it's not just like selling. Yeah.
But
Okay.
that sounds like a lot of work actually.
Yes,
So
a
I
lot
guess
of work.
the question is maybe to you, and you probably get this all the time now. Is it
Yeah.
worth all the effort or not?
Definitely.
Okay. So nothing is easy nowadays, right? You can't expect everything, especially in the digital
Exactly.
world where it's so easily accessible, right?
Correct. And a lot of people tend to have this perception is that digital is very easy. Digital, it's you just put out advertisement. That's why a lot of people question like, how come my ads are not bringing me ROI? Because a lot of people when they set out ads, right, they just put out ads without having a proper strategy, without knowing what kind of content to put out, and they basically to them is that I just sell, but actually it doesn't work that way, because as I mentioned, user today, they exposed to a lot of information already, so in a way they probably smarter than you. Your customers today probably smarter than you already, so that's why you need to do more, okay, to give more and expect the return after. Okay, yeah, it's no longer this new era lah, I would say. Okay, so in a way, right, we need a lead magnet strategy. Okay, so if you're not able to put out content or blogs like this, to convert your visitors, some most easy way to implement is that, for example, like this one, people give out like free PDF ebook. If let's say you're in consulting line, right, you can give out like free ebook or free learning tips or book, for people to take away. Okay, so in a way you're generating leads lah from there. Okay, so I just want to share with you some of the example of offers or value that you can give out. Okay, so I actually break them down into different stages. If you realize this is a user buying journey, all right, so user will go through these 3 key stages: awareness, research, and ready to buy stage, right? And we call them a top tofu. Is not the tofu that we eat, yeah, but it's actually top of the funnel. All right, so different stages, different user in different stages, right, they will actually expect different things. Okay, so this is some of the example that you can actually use immediately. Like for example, if they are still in awareness stage, it means that they are still new to you, right? They are still discovering about you, like who you are, what is your product about, so in this awareness stage, it's good that you use blog post content to convert these people, or you can get them to download an introductory ebook or brochure, or you can put up like infographic, all right, or you can put up like interview sessions or videos, all right, and quiz funnel, and also like tutorial guide, basically like FAQ. Okay, so how do you work is that you can just put out a blog, after the blog you just get people to sign up, to download something, or or you can send them the blogs or something like that. Okay, so you need to think a way to make them to put out their name lah. Okay, and in the research stage, right, usually these people, they're already aware about your product, aware about your brand, but they are comparing you with their competitors. Okay, so this is where you will need to put up offers or content like your customer testimonials, if you have any case study, or if you want to get them to download free sample, sign up for free sample, or you have like catalog, for them to browse. Okay, and the last stage is where this group of people, they're already ready to buy already. Okay, so in this stage, usually people are looking into talking to you, people are looking into price, people are looking into where to buy. Okay, so that's why you can put up like different offers, like for example, free consultation, pricing, trial, promo codes, because they're already ready. Okay, so different stage you will need to have different offers lah. Okay, so how do you? Yeah.
Sorry, there's a question here. I'm not sure whether you've. This is the right moment to ask you. This question is. It says you mentioned not to have too many CTAs in the early beginning. So looking at this chart here, right? So is it better to either have a something that says chat with a consultant, or download a free ebook?
Yeah. Okay. As I mentioned, you need to have a key focus CTA, right? But that's applied to the one pages. So as I mentioned, your whole website, you have different page, right? Imagine today you have home page, right? You have product page and you have maybe what else like contact us page lah. Okay. So in the home page itself, you can have one call to action. So this one call to action is like the general actions that you want them to take. Okay. It could be contact you, or stick to your user. But in the product page, you can actually design a different call to action, because when people are browsing product page, probably they are going through awareness or research already, right? I mean, they are in this two stage. So you can actually put different things because they are reading your products. They want to understand more about products. So the call to action here could be, download product catalogs, or or sign up for free sample for this product. Okay, so different, I would still say, yes, have different call to action, but applying on the page itself, the one pages. The home page, so basically in your home page, in the top section, if you put contact us, the bottom of the page also need to put contact us.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Right. Before you carry on, Ashley, we actually told the audience today that we'll end at 4.
Okay.
This content is so cool, right? So I just want to ask permission from the audience that we're going to extend it a little bit. How long do you think we'll need, Ashley?
I think we need another about 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Yeah, okay. So guys, if you don't mind, I really feel that this content is important. We will run and extend it to about 4:15. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. Sorry, Ashley, go ahead.
No worries. Okay, so so we have different offers, right? But the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share with you the one offers that I think a lot of people can use it, and I personally find it is super useful. It's a super useful lead magnet to to get people to generate leads lah. Basically, it's called quiz funnel. I'm not sure whether you guys are familiar with quiz. So if some of the website that you go, right, they actually ask you a few questions. I mean, they prompt you a quiz, okay? And then they will ask you a few questions, and then they will get you to sign up. So quiz is the easiest or more useful way or more engaging way for you to generate leads, rather than the typical, download brochure and all this thing, okay? Because download brochure to me is that it's just one-way communication, right? I mean, one-way engagement. But if you use quiz, right, basically you can collect more details from your leads, okay? For example, all right, I just use example to show, I think it's easier. I'm not sure whether you guys know this brand called Warby Parker. It's a very famous brand in US that sells glasses.
Glasses, right?
Yes, so they are featured in a lot of magazine and also news lah, because their business model is so cool. All right. Typical way is that when you're selling glasses, right, either you do e-commerce store, all right, or you get people to go to your physical store to buy, right? But I think during this, after this MCO, I think a lot of people, will start buying glasses online as well. But what Warby Parker do differently is that even though they have this online e-commerce store to sell their glasses, but they don't want to just selling, okay? They want to engage and understand their customer better. So how they do it is that in their website, right, they have this feature called quiz, okay? So if you actually click on the quiz, right, they will prompt you this. They will start to ask you question. Okay, so they will ask you what's your face width and all. Basically, after you taking this quiz, right, they will recommend you what kind of glasses that's suitable to you. Because a lot of time when we want to go to the physical store to buy glasses is because we want to try on, right?
Yeah.
So they actually have quiz to solve this problem, okay? They use quiz to solve the trying problem because they recommend to you based on your answers, okay? And number 2 is that from here, they are generating leads, okay? So this is some of the questions they ask, like, what kind of shapes that you like and all. So after you finish all this quiz ready, right? Before they send you results, they will prompt you to sign up a form, okay? So you need to leave your email and your name.
Yeah.
And they will send this result to your email. So in a way, you are generating leads already. But behind, as a businesses, right, I'm not only generating leads, but also generate information from my visitors. So if I want to expand my glasses selection or collection, right? I can base on the result and and tell my designer, hey, I think a lot of people have rounded face more. Can we do more design for rounded face? I mean, you can, in a way, you are collecting a lot of insights, not only leads, right? So this is how they prompt you, like they get you to put in your email. Okay. And another brands that I want to share is also from US. It's also using quiz to generate leads. They are actually selling supplements. So the basic I mean the no typical people who are selling supplements is that they just tell you, okay, vitamins, B complex and all this. But no, before they actually sell you, they also want you to take a quiz. It's their e-commerce store basically. All right. So when you take a quiz, they ask you, what is on your mind? What kind of things that you want to improve? You want to improve your sleep, or you want to improve your stress, So after you take all this quiz ready, again, they will prompt you to sign up and send you results. Yeah. So quiz is in a way, you're not only helping you to generate leads, but also gather more insights. Okay. So for example, another one, this is a bridal store, all right? They are selling like wedding gowns and all, right? So rather than you just get your user to browse, okay, browse whatever collection you have, okay, you can actually get them to take a quiz and suggest them. Yeah, because to be honest, a lot of users, they don't know themselves well. Okay, so through quiz, users are able to understand themselves better as well. Okay, and
We don't know what we don't know lah.
yeah, we don't know what we don't know. Yes, and another one is like LASIK center. Okay, even you are in a very medical industry, doesn't matter. You can actually put out like a self test, to get people to test your eye, whether you are suitable to do LASIK or not.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah, so this is in a way that you kind of like pre-filter your leads as well. All right, you don't, because if you put out a call to action like contact us today, right? A lot of people might just call you and ask those random questions, okay? And you might not able to convert them from there. But through quiz, right, you are able to, because you're asking them questions already, right? So you are able to generate a lot of insights from here.
Actually, very true lah. They probably call you and says, do I need LASIK?
Yeah, correct. Or is my eye suitable for LASIK? All these kind of questions, and your customer support will complain. Every day we got
Same thing.
Yeah, we got not quality leads and all this, right? So with quiz, you're able to filter your leads to see who are quality and who are not. Okay. And the last example I want to share with you is called Blue Bottle Coffee. I'm sure you guys are aware about this. It's a very hipster brand. So in their website, right, because they're also selling the beans and also selling the coffee. So they actually showcase like they actually ask you question as well, like quiz. What kind of brewing methods you like, then they suggest you the coffee, the beans. Yeah. So I think in a way it's a good way to engage with your customers as well, and in a way to differentiate yourself with your competitors, because a lot of people just put contact us. I think the most common one WhatsApp us today, and all this thing. Yeah. So I think, but because I think building a quiz is more work to do, but it's a one-time work, if you ask me, right?
Okay, so very, very related question here that just came up. This question is from Ivan Lim. He asks, is there any kind of tools that we can use to build a quiz funnel for a website?
There is. If you're using like Shopify and all this, right, they already have plugins ready. If you're using WordPress, they already have plugins ready for this.
Okay.
So you just need to, design your questions. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So after they submit the form and all, right, it will link to your CRM, or so you have to do some integration there. But there's a lot of quiz plugin ready out there, that you can use. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So building a quiz funnel, if you are doing that, okay, some tips for you is that make sure you design the questions with the end goal in mind, okay? You don't just randomly ask questions, all right? And make sure that you, for example, right, you need to ask questions that, the answers that you are able to segment, or products that you are able to segment. Okay, and redirect people to a custom result page, or you can send them the result page in email. It's up to you. Some website that I'm seeing is that after you fill out the email, right, they will prompt you the product page with the results immediately, and then they ask you to buy already. Okay,
Yeah.
so but if you do that, right, definitely it's better. Okay, because the user journey is shorter, right? But I think you need a tech team to help you to build that lah. Okay, because custom result you need to customize, the different pages as well in your website. Okay, but if you do want the complication, you can just tell them that you will send them in email, all right, and then you can follow up with these leads after, because they're already in your database anyway. All right, and add people to the right email list based on your answer. So as I mentioned, once they go through, they fill up already, go through your database, you can actually segment them with different answer set. Okay, and then you can sell them different products. In a way. So what I want to strengthen again is that a lot of time people ignore about email lists. A lot of people think that I don't need email lists. Okay, but when crisis happen, you will realize that how useful to have an email list. Okay, so I will share with you later. Okay, in this key takeaways. Okay.
Okay,
So,
hold on. Before you go to key takeaways, right?
Yes.
This part, question that just came out here is from Christopher, and he asked. So going through this question and answer, this question funnel, is it appropriate to ask customer what is their income, or what kind of budget do you want to spend or not?
Ideally, no. Okay, why is that? Because number one, it's pretty sensitive to show that, and there even people click answers, right? The answers that you generated might not be the right one as well. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think you can use other questions to kind of gauge their income level. For example, like you can state that how much you spent in the past on this particular products, or things like that. I think will be better than asking people for income level lah. Yeah.
How much do you want to spend?
How much you spend? Yeah, better not lah. I mean, not too straightforward lah. Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Think of
Ashley.
other questions to to get this. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So cool. Let's recap a little bit what we have done, right? Again, number one, I want to highlight is to you is that website definitely is the best assets. That you should focus today. A lot of people focus on their social media page and all. It is all right, okay, but also focus on your website. Okay, because the first touch point today on digital is actually Google search. So they will actually find your website on Google search. So it's important that you actually manage that assets well. Okay, and key number two is that start building your email list. Okay, email list basically referring to database. Okay, a lot of people think that I need to sell something to generate lead. I need to sell something. I need to be an e-commerce store to collect data. Actually doesn't really, okay, not necessary, because if you are a basic website, you can turn them into a lead generation website today. And what is the benefit of building an email list? If today I came across this client, right? They're actually facing a problem during this MCO is that they are e-commerce store, right? They are selling fashion clothes, right? But their problem is that they don't have any existing email list. So if you don't have marketing budget, email list is your best assets to go to sell. You get what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you totally have nothing, you don't have marketing budget and you don't have email list, to be honest, you got no way to start. But if today you don't have marketing budget, but you have your email list, you can still start selling from there. And why I say email list also helps you to have better sales conversion is because these people, when they put out their name, right, they already go through awareness stage and research stage. They already know you, right? They already research about your product. That's why they trust you and put down their name. So you are only one stage away to convert, right? Because they already do all their research, right? So when you're doing sales conversion, it's actually easier. compared to the leads that you generated from digital ads, to be honest. Okay, so start building your own email list, okay, through your website, all right, and then to start generate some sales from there. Okay, key takeaway number 3 is that set the right objective when you map out your conversion and sales funnel on your website. So objective here is that like what I mentioned earlier, or what kind of questions that you need to ask yourself. Remember, your buyer's persona, who are your target audience, who are you talking to, and what kind of content you want to build. So map this all out, all right, and then set the right funnel. It could be quiz funnel, it could be using other way, all right, to start seeing results. Okay, so these are my 3 key takeaway, but I also have something special for the audience today. So awesome. Before we end, right, I just want to quickly share this. If you would like, you can actually scan this QR code. All right, I actually prepare a website audit template that you can use it yourself. Okay, so you can just download this template. Once you scan, right, it will prompt you to download. All right, and this template basically I already prepare some of the question together with some features, so you can actually just pick whatever you have in your website and you can score your website. Very easy template to use, basically, to understand that whether your website at the moment is a basic website or a lead generation website. Or if you're already a lead generation website, how far are you, from to a better lead generation website? Okay, so you can actually audit yourself. All right,
Thanks so much, actually.
Yeah, you can just download this template special for your audience.
Yes, we all love free stuff. Okay,
right,
we
so
have a couple of. Okay, are you finished with the presentation?
Yep, I'm done.
Okay,
yep.
Cool. We still have a couple of questions here. If you don't mind, we will ask you. Let me just find some of the questions here.
All right.
Okay. Where is that question? Okay, so Chris has a question here. If we have videos played automatically at the front page, meaning I will need to compress the video file to a mobile-friendly size, is that true? What is the recommended size of the file? Is it like not more than 1 meg?
Yes, definitely. And I will usually suggest, right, if you have running video content in your website, right, try to use embedded from YouTube. I think this is a better way, because a lot of people upload their video in your website, but there's a way that you can just embed from YouTube. So when people click on that video, you can actually link people to a YouTube page.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that way also, it's one of the way. Yeah.
All right. Next question is from Kevin. Any good email engines to recommend? Example, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, or
Yeah. You name it already. ActiveCampaign, I'm personally using it. I also used MailChimp before. I think depending on how do you integrate that with your website and all this. I mean, which tool are integrated better, with your sites. Yeah, because if you use the email tools solely, I think most of them are the same. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next question is question is from Danny. So Danny is asking, any good email list management software that you can recommend?
Email list management equals to CRM tool, I would say. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of CRM tool out there. I think the most common one that a lot of SMEs are using HubSpot. Yeah. There's actually a lot, but basically it's a CRM tool. Yeah. So
there's another one which we use, which is quite good. It's called QuickDesk.
Oh, okay. QuickDesk.
Yeah, QuickDesk is a pretty good CRM.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Next question is from Kimin. Is using WhatsApp or Telegram over email list better?
Okay. That's the always number one questions that ask. All right. A lot of people think that people are not using email anymore. All right. I'm not sure whether, Raymond, you're still reading your emails, but I still do. I would say that if you because we can't really gauge that how your audience are behaving. You need to do your testing yourself. So for us, usually what we do is that we actually run both concurrently, WhatsApp and email, and then we see what kind of which platform my audience perform better, because your audience and my audience definitely have a different behavior. Yeah, so you have to actually do testing yourself in that sense. Yeah. But I would say email is good for those that, those people that already buy from you before. It's good to serve them email. But if they never buy from you before, try not to serve them too many emails lah. Yeah, and yeah,
Become
Okay.
spam, lah, right? I guess.
correct. Have to use it in the right stage lah.
Okay, we have one or two more questions here.
Okay.
So this question is from someone here. It's from Sasha. Okay, so would you have a recommendation for easy but effective landing page builder? So what we have just shared in the whole session today is more of the website, right? So maybe
Correct.
before this, you answer this question. Maybe what is the difference between a website and a landing page, and then go into the question.
All right, sure. So website usually is your main assets for the main asset to communicate your brand message, but landing page is used when you are running any marketing campaign, specific marketing campaigns. Okay, reason because is that a lot of people running Facebook ads, right? And then they actually drive traffic to their website. Okay. And there's no right or wrong, right? But the thing is that you have to remember the user behavior, right? So if you click drive people to your website from a Facebook advertisement, all right, chances are they will continue to click on your other pages in your website. Right, because this is human behavior. Like, I'm curious, okay, you tell me this already. Okay, I want to see others because you got about us page. I want to see who you are, right? So chances are they will get distracted and go to other pages. So they will tend to forget what they need to do. Okay, so that's why we always encourage, if you're running any marketing campaigns, it's best that you build a separate landing page and just communicate whatever that you communicate in your advertisement. So it basically is like it's a specific page, like, for your marketing purpose only. Yeah. Okay. And then what's the question already? Oh, what is the tool? Okay.
Yeah, what's any effective tool to build landing pages?
Yeah. So there's actually a few, but personally, I really like this tool called Unbounce, UNBOUNCE. Unbounce is a tool that specially built landing page. I like it because I don't really have programming technical knowledge. So I find this tool very easy to use because everything is drag and drop. And they have this very good feature called A/B test feature. So basically, once you build your landing page, right, you can actually duplicate your landing page and change some of the content or call to action. And you can run this two page together concurrently. And in the dashboard itself, right, the tool itself, they can show you the result of that two page. It's very interesting. It's called Unbounce. Yeah.
Unbounce, huh? Okay. All right. Final question here. We're already at 4:18. Final question here for you.
Wow. Okay.
Any recommended way for business account WhatsApp blasting?
Business account WhatsApp blasting. So you mean WhatsApp marketing?
Yeah, I think it's what website marketing lah. Like I think blasting through. Instead, when we do all this like active campaign, we blast to emails. Anything to blast to WhatsApp.
Okay, as I said again, you have to test out your users' responses. There's no standard way to do that, to be honest, on digital. It's all based on your own set of audience. So I would say you can test both email and WhatsApp. But if you ask me personally, I would prefer email than WhatsApp because I find WhatsApp quite spammy in a way. Because email to me is that I don't have a lot of commitment to it. Even though I open the email or not open the email, but on WhatsApp is that, you already send me something, I have to read and there's a blue tick, or whatever, So I basically to a user is that I need to do some commitment to it already. So I think it's a behavior thing. So you have to test it out to your own audience set and then you see which platform actually works better. Yeah. Because if you ask me, right, a lot of people don't trust MMS anymore, right? Do you guys still remember MMS with
Yeah,
the image and all this, right? One of
I
my
don't know, not my era. Not my era.
Okay, so a lot of people think that SMS and MMS is not working, but we tried one of the solution for one of the client in a beauty industry. We are using MMS, and the conversion rate is actually 20%. The sales conversion rate. That's crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Is it
How can you get?
because
How
it's
can?
yeah, is it because it's not normal anymore? SMS and MMS is not normal. So when you
No, I
receive
think
MMS, it's like, wow, what is this?
I think that's why I say again, it's based on your audience. But because we don't trust MMS, when the client told us that we need to run MMS, I'm like, are you serious? But we test it out with email, SMS, and MMS. But the best performance is MMS.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we can't tell basically. So you have to test it out yourself. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
All right.
It's at 4:20. Actually, I know you have something else you
Thank
committed to.
you.
I want to thank you for staying on for an additional 20
Thank
minutes.
you.
Thank
Sure.
you for everybody to listen in. I hope you guys had a lot of take homes today. I definitely have. There's even some people here, asking, hey, can we have Ashley talk to us again about Google search, right? We'll talk to you later, Ashley, about this. But if anyone
Okay.
wants to contact Ashley, go and fill up that form that she put up earlier, right? There's a QR code there. And check back this video if you did not, and scan that code and go to the form. And that's a free audit tool, which is very, very useful. So check that out, and you'll also be able to contact Ashley at the end of the form, and you can always ask her any more questions after that. I'm sure she'd be more than willing to answer a question.
Yes,
Yeah?
I am. Okay.
All right. So guys, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
in. Thank you so much, Ashley. I
Thank
will
you
talk
so
to you
much.
soon.
All
Right.
right. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye.